members of parliament have bemoaned the increasing spate of teenage pregnancy across the country. The MPs are advocating a national policy to address the worrying trend. MP for Efutu constituency Alexander Fenomakin argues that it will be impossible for parents to refrain their wards from engaging in sexual intercourse. Therefore, he is admonishing the teenagers to use condoms to avoid unwanted pregnancy.
We as stakeholders, opinion leaders, whose voices go far, must make it a daily duty to let people understand that it is not right. It is not right. I mean, the men should understand that it's not right to go 16, 17, 18. They may look tempting. Mr. Speaker, if you go that tangent, you'll be destroying the nation. Therefore, let's all encourage girl child education. We've seen pretty young girls here. They all want to have a future. They must begin to see big people as their role models. They must begin to aspire for higher laurels. They must begin to see that their own destiny, their future, and whatever they want to achieve lies in their own hands. Sex is okay. I recall when we were in secondary school, as young men, we were so anxious, Mr. Speaker. You wake up early morning, and as a young man, you know what it is, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is important that at that stage, you are told to take your time. But if at this stage, you anxiously go for it, you become born one, and your physiological development may not be complete, and you become a burden on society. So we are not joking. This is a serious matter to you, our young girls. Take it very seriously. Abstain. The temptation will be there. When you finish your cycle, that period, 5 days, there will be that edge to do it. Don't do it. Yes, Mr. Speaker, they shouldn't do it. When the period of ovulation, Mr. Speaker, we have to be open. That period of ovulation, if you do it, you get pregnant. That period of ovulation, you get pregnant. Don't have sex. If you want to have sex, use a condom. We can't stop you. If you are 18 and above, and you cannot be a good Christian, you can't be a good Muslim, and you want to have sex, Mr. Speaker, ultimately abstinence is the best. But many of them cannot abstain. They cannot. So they must use condom.
Fenomakin there. What do you think? They must use condom or should they abstain? Will they even abstain? Well, some of the MPs are demanding a retraction of that position, but he strongly defended his proposition on the matter.
After the 5-day cycle, which is the ovulation period, if they do it, they will get pregnant. So they should not do it within that period, which means that outside that cycle, they can do it. I mean, I want you to correct that one. They should completely tell them not to do it. Mr. Speaker, I do not belong to the idealist class. I do not belong to that group. I'm not an idealist. I'm a realist. I am educating the younger ones that if they want to do it, they should do it in their safe period. I'm saying it without mincing words. Because you can't stop them. You must not pretend that you can stop them. Don't pretend. In so saying, it is not to undermine our religious values. Mr. Speaker, that is the reality. So if you want to have sex when you have your safe period. Or use condom if you are not sure. That is what they must be told. That is proper sex education. Not the one funny, pretending and not telling them the truth. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
It was a very interesting day in Parliament. In the meantime, Member of Parliament for Clote College, Zaneto Rawlings, wants government to punish men who impregnate teenagers.
Given various aspects of it, including the fact that we cannot deny the fact that it is a sexual offense to actually engage in sexual intercourse with a young female, especially from below the age of 15. I think that it's important that perhaps some of the laws are looked at once again. And regarding enforcement, we cannot overemphasize the importance of the enforcement of these laws, as one of the honorable members made in his contribution as well, was the fact that this issue of dealing with this issues of defilement, sexual abuse, and statutory rape in the household or on the quiet is part of the reason that this cycle is being perpetuated, and it needs to be brought to a stop. And I think that from within this house, we can all be perhaps advocates of making sure that the law actually works in favor of our young females.
Dr. Zanetta Rawlings there, obviously a position I would agree with. Well, joining us over the phone for a very quick conversation on the issue is Ishmael Selassie. He's with the youth program. He is the youth program coordinator of Planned Parenthood Association of Ghana. Ishmael, thank you very much this afternoon. I don't know if you followed the discussion that went on in Parliament, but I'd like for, if you did, just in case you did, I'd like for you to give us your thought about the manner in which this conversation, went down in Parliament. Just an overview of how the MPs seem to be taking the issue and through how they talked about it.
Right. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your listeners. Yes, I have heard the positions expressed by honorable members. First of all, I just like to say that I am very happy, and I want to congratulate Parliament for taking the bold step to discuss this important issue today. And secondly, to say that the reality stares us in the face. We have come to a point as a country that we can no longer be or play the ostrich. Young people in this country are engaging in sexual activities, and it calls for a national debate and a decision made to ensure that these young people have sex, but they do it in a safe manner. They do it from a well-informed position, and they do it knowing that it also comes with responsibilities, and they are well prepared to face those responsibilities as they come. The fact of the matter is, and one of the MPs made that point, that there is an legal age condition that we need to educate the young people on. And the fact is that under age 15, any young person that engages in any sexual activity, as far as our laws are concerned, that young person is engaged in an illegal act. It is defilement. So if somebody beyond the age of 16 is engaging a child who is less than 16 years in a sexual activity, that's a defilement case and it's illegal. But the reality is that we have a number of young people below age 16 who are engaging in sexual activity, and something needs to be done. Okay. What must we do? The answer is neither abstinence campaign nor condom promotion campaign.
What is the answer?
The answer is the provision of comprehensive sexuality education that empowers our young people with knowledge, with skills, and information that helps them to make the best choices as far as their sexuality is concerned.
Okay.
And what we mean by comprehensive sexuality education, we are saying that the young person needs to know and appreciate him or herself as a sexual being. This young person needs to know that at a stage in his or her life, he or she is going to experiment or practice or engage in sexual activity. But what should he or she know? One, if you engage in sexual activity, you are exposing yourself to a number of things. You're exposing yourself to pregnancy, you're exposing yourself to infections, you're also exposing yourself to an emotional state that can be traumatic or that can be exciting and fun, dependent on when and whom and how you engage in the sexual activity. So this information needs to be provided to young people, plus the skills to determine whether or not he or she is ready to engage and how to engage and what to do in order to be safe, not to contract infections and not to get pregnant when he or she is not ready for the pregnancy.
Right. Salasi, we'll say a very big thanks to you. I think we should invite you to the studio one of these days so we can have a more comprehensive conversation about this very interesting topic, something that sometimes we play down, but something that we really should pay serious attention to. Salasi Ishmael is with the PPAG.